Have you found your Facebook response rate metric inside your Facebook business page yet? If not, I'm sure you'll see it real soon. In this video, I'm going to recap 3 quick things. 1, what this response rate metric is and how you can find it inside your Facebook page. 2, why it's really important for businesses in regional areas, especially those in a crowded or busy marketplace. And 3, 5 quick things that you can do to really pump up your response rate really quick. I'm Keelan O'Connor from Regional Business Toolkit, and I look forward to seeing you in just a sec. Facebook has been working to improve customer service-focused features for business pages for some time. 2 recently added features can have a huge impact on the way that you engage with your customers' questions. 1 is the introduction of save replies, or the ability to more quickly respond to incoming inquiries with a canned or a pre-written response. And the other is the new response rate metric that this video is all about. If you're interested in the saved replies feature, then check the link above or in the description below where there's another video about this. But this video is mostly focused on the response rate metric, what it is, why it's important, and how you can improve your message rates. Now look, not everyone has a response rate metric turned on their business page yet. As far as I understand, it's being rolled out in stages, so that means some people have it before others. It's potentially also only available to pages with more than 1,000 fans. And you obviously need to allow people to contact your page via messages, so we'll talk about that in a little while and how to turn that on in settings. But obviously if people can't contact you via messages, then you won't have any response rate for your messages. But look, let's talk for a little while about what this whole thing is. Facebook at the moment is measuring 2 things. 1, they're measuring the percentage of messages that you reply to. So that you're either replying to 50% of them or 90% or 100%, but they're measuring how many messages that you actually reply to. The second one is they're also measuring the average response time or the median response time of each of those replies. Now all this is done over a rolling 7-day period. So let's have a look at an actual example of this. This is the Alexandra Truck Ute and Rod Show page. This is a community event, and we happen to have this icon or badge turned on for our page at the moment. So in the last week, if you've replied to so as far as the definition goes, if you've replied to more than 90% of your messages and your average response time is less than 5 minutes for each of those replies, then you'll end up getting a small green icon or a badge over here on the left-hand side just underneath your cover image. So this is something that all of your fans and the general public can see, and I think over time it'll likely become a trust icon for brands, but I'll talk more about that a little bit later in the video. As an administrator though, you get to see a little bit more information. Firstly, in your Insights summary on the right hand side, you'll see how many messages you've replied to. So on this particular page, we've replied to 6 out of 6 in the last 7 days, and the average response time is 2 minutes. So because this is 100% in 2 minutes, which is shown down here as well, we happen to have claimed the badge. If your responses are less than 90% or greater than 5 minutes, or both, then Facebook will have grayed out this icon, and they'll also be giving you some hints and tips on how you can improve your level of responsiveness. Lastly, over here, you'll find a little drop-down arrow giving you a couple of other options here, but most importantly, there's the ability to learn more from a Facebook perspective on how they're tracking and measuring this. So just to recap, as far as your fans and public go, they'll either see a green icon or not. As far as you as an administrator goes, you obviously get to see a bunch more information as to how you're tracking. Now, why is all this really important? I think over time, this new metric will really develop some trust signals for your business in terms of Facebook. And I think that happens in at least 2 ways. 1, I think people end up communicating more with pages that they trust and that they know will be communicative back again. Conversely, I think people will start to move away from pages that aren't. So if you don't have this feature turned on, you might end up seeing a small decline in engagement and growth, but look, that's obviously yet to be seen. It's pretty early days. Secondly, I think this is a fantastic metric that Facebook will use to rank pages. So as an example, if I was using Facebook to search for, say, a real estate agent, and there were 2 in town, one had a highly responsive, one was highly responsive in their messaging, and the other one wasn't, I suspect that the responsive one will probably get preferential listings in Facebook search. So in summary, I think achieving this icon or badge can only be a good thing for regional businesses who are competing in a really busy marketplace. How do we improve your message rates? We'll walk through a couple of different options here. There's at least 5 of them that I'd like to discuss. One, we need to make sure that people can actually message your page. So to do that, log in your page as an admin, we're going to click on Settings. We're going to make sure we're in the General tab, and we're going to come down here to Messages and make sure that this tick box is turned on. This means that people can message your page. If it's turned off, they can't message your page, and if they can't message your page, you're not going to be able to have any kind of response metric running for your messages. If that makes sense? Great. Secondly, to respond to questions really quickly, I suggest you have a look at installing the Messenger app on your phone or tablet or something else like that, which will enable you to reply to messages on the fly. But the ability to be able to reply to messages the moment they come through and you get a little notification on your phone will generally help keep that response time much quicker. The third suggestion I've got is that you set up other people as page admins who can answer messages on your behalf. So to do that, again, we're here inside settings for our page. We're going to click on page roles, and we can assign other people to be who will have access to the messages to the page. So for this particular page, there's 3 people who are able to respond to messages, and that means we can keep the message time fairly short. You might be able to set up other people inside your business or company who can have those rights to do that. That'll obviously help, and that means not all the burden's on your shoulders. I also suggest you make yourself aware of the unanswered tab inside your messages. So this is found only on the desktop version of Facebook, not on the apps for phones and tablets. But if I click on messages, if I click on inbox, and over here on the right hand side, I'm going to see a new tab that's called unanswered. So if I click on that at the moment for this page, I'll see that we've responded to every single message that's come through to the page recently, and I've got nothing unanswered yet. So that obviously directly affects that metric as to how many messages you responded to in the last 7 days. Lastly, I really suggest that you make use of the canned or the canned responses or the save replies. There's a whole other video on this, but just to show you really quickly, inside your inbox. Oops, I'll click on all. I'll click on one of these messages. Over here on the left-hand side, inside the messages, there's a couple of canned responses already. I can just click on one of these, and it suddenly pre-populates the message down the bottom. I can just hit reply. So this obviously makes replying an awful lot quicker if you've gone and set up some of these save replies or canned responses. And more importantly, if you're setting up other people inside your organization who can send messages on your behalf, then that's also a great way of creating some consistency and moderating what it is that they're saying. But look, now it's over to you. Have you seen this new feature already rolled out on your page? And if so, what do you think about it? Or more importantly, are there some other ways that you can think of that'll make your messages even more responsive and allow you to do so quicker? If so, let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, that's okay, no one's perfect, but you can do that now by hitting the subscribe button or by checking the link in the description below. Alternatively, if you'd like to receive updates about new videos as they come out, just head along to www.regionalbusinesstoolkit.com/YouTube and pop in your name and email address. Each time I publish some new content to this channel, you'll be amongst the first to know. Also, if you want the cheat sheet containing 5 ways to increase your response rate, as well as 15 canned responses that every business needs for their Facebook business page, head to www.regionalbusinesstoolkit.com/Facebook messages, and I'll make sure you get it in your inbox in no time at all. If you've got any other questions or comments, or if something didn't quite make sense, then please leave a comment in the section below and I'll get back to you. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, and I'll chat to you soon.